Greetings again in this hurricane weather. The rain has taken a little bit of a break right now. We haven't lost power yet or anything, so I'm just going to truck along with my next tutorial. I think often times these tutorials tend to gear the bows to be on the bigger side and for older girls, and I know that ladies with babies that have absolutely no hair at all, they want bows too. So we're going to work on some of these tiny loopy bows today. I've got some, I think infant and toddlers can wear this size. Now, although these are on a barrette, it's a tiny barrette, and it can clip into a headband. But my goal today is to show you how to do one to be able to convert it into using an alligator clip. Okay, so you can, do whichever one you want. But these are so cute, and the little ones, they want those too. So the tiny barrettes, this is a 50 millimeter, and it is about 2 inches, something like that. This one is teeny tiny. I think it's about a 30 millimeter barrette. It's inch and a half. Teeny tiny. The ones I used were the 50 mil, but if you insist on using an alligator clip, then I can show you a way to do that. It is impossible to make a loopy bow, a traditional loopy bow, with just the clip. To be able to do that, wrapping around the clip and whatnot, it's impossible. So there are different materials you can use. I am actually using a plastic spoon to tackle this feat today, and we're going to attach the alligator clip to it. So if you have a plastic spoon, a plastic fork, or whatever, you want to get one that's has a section on it that's not too uneven, that has the same kind of width right here. If you have some wire cutters, that will help. When we get it done, we've got to cut these edges off. We can't have those hanging on. Okay, so that's one thing. In addition to the lighter, the scissors, the thread, the glue gun, the ribbon. And again, I just did a video on using this ribbon. This is from the $1 spools at Walmart. They have some really cute patterns. I always pick these up, and I use this in a lot of my loopy bows. And again, we are using 5/8 and 3/8 ribbon. And I believe I cut this about 20 inches. Only because I'm going to do like a little bit longer tail. I'm kind of looking to do some of the, I like this, this kind of fishtail effect on the end. So, and that's up to you. If you don't want the fishtail, then maybe cut it to 18 inches or something like that. And we'll see how many loops we can get out of it. Okay, so you need your needle and thread and your fork. I mean, you can cover a section of it with ribbon if you want to. It's up to you. Make sure that when you line up your ribbon, again, that the printed side is, going in the right way, because you don't want it to be upside down, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've got it all clipped together, and I'm just going to start up here about right here. I want to get the spot that's, you know, the most even. Same width, whatever. Actually, I need to move it up because I want my tail. And decide how long you want your tail to be. And go about 2 inches, okay? So I've got it just hooked to the fork, and just be careful not to stick yourself whenever you're doing your loops. Okay, so I've got my thread and needle here, and I'm just going to run it on the side, or you can go up the middle or whatever, and then again just start wrapping. And at this point I'm going to take this off. If you just watched the last video, sorry it took me so long to do this. Hopefully I can go a little quicker with this. Oh, my doggy is growling at me. With the baby bows, you know, you don't need a real tall loop, maybe 1.5 inches at the most, okay? I know, Caramel. Just a second, and I'll get you a bone. And then you know, go around 2 or 3 times. I'll have to see how many sets of loops I can get. Let me throw my very spoiled dog a bone real quick. Oh goodness, here they all come. Okay, sorry. If you watch my channel, it's a constant battle with the doggies. Okay. And we're on to our second set of loops. Sorry, wish I could speed this up. And I'll just do 4 sets of loops for the sake of saving time. Another thing that you could use besides the plastic fork is possibly like an old plastic barrette. Like you know, you can cut the back part off the barrette. And I had a whole bag of them, and I don't know where they are at. Okay, so this is the last set. Okay. And I'm just going to stitch it one more time. Okay. Now we've got a very loopy fork. And so for my tails, I'm just going to cut a little bit off right there. And if you like them square or whatever, then you can fan them out and heat seal them, or if you want to cut them at an angle, or you know, whatever, that's up to you. Alright, so basically, we'll come back to that in a second. Now you want to leave your fork. I'm just kind of fanning them out a little bit. Okay, so then you just start fanning them out. And then of course once you get these all fanned out, you can stiffen, you know, with hairspray or whatever. Now be careful when you're pulling, because you don't want to break your fork. Well, you just had one. Okay, and then I just kind of go the other way just to change up the pattern. I just love these little decorative ribbons. I usually find them in the material sewing section, but they're not with the other ribbon. They're usually like on an end cap, sometimes close to the ribbon, or you know, by the material. Okay, and so we're getting there. I knew my dogs would be needy. They don't like bad weather, and the bad weather's kind of freaked them out a little bit. Actually, it's kind of calm outside right now. I haven't heard any thunder or anything. Hopefully this storm will go by pretty fast. It's funny, in the neighborhood yesterday you could hear everybody starting up their generators to make sure that they were working. And if you live in the South, you know what I'm talking about. Anyone from Texas to Florida. Okay, so there we have. Isn't that funny? You could, if you ever have a need to decorate a fork, or another good use for this, I guess, would be if you had to decorate. Oh gosh, what's it called? You know, the serving set for the bride cake or whatever. You could, you know, do something like, anyway. That's it basically. Alright, so what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to take my clippers here and clip that off. Alright, then I'm going to clip that side off and throw that away. Okay, and this is what you have. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with these yet. I may trim them down just a little bit. Anyway, just to get through the video. Alright, here's your little bow. And I have my clip covered. But what we want to do first is cover this so it's not scratchy. Okay, so I would recommend maybe a piece of 5/8, or it just depends on how wide it is. Alright, so just kind of cut a piece that's going to cover those scratchy ends also. Okay, and then heat seal it. Look at that, that's just that little piece of fork. Just make sure it's completely covered, that you can't see any of it. None of it should be exposed. And you can trim this back a little bit, you know, just make sure it's kind of covered up. Okay. And then, if you want to spray it at this point, you know, you can, or you can go ahead and apply your clip. Okay, so here's my clip. I'm just going to attach it to the back. Let me make sure I've got this going the right way. And there you go, voila. You know, you can convert it and just add the clip to it. So that's it. And I haven't really decided what I want to do with these yet. I'm going to fan them out and you know, probably cut them or whatever, but I'm not going to take video time to do that. So that's just another idea, you know, for any of you who have small ones, or you know, your baby doesn't have hair yet but you want the cute bow. And but like I said, you know, these will clip into the headbands as well. And let's see, what is, if you're not counting the tails, this falls to about 2.5 inches. Okay, now of course the tails are gonna, you know, make it a little bit longer, but that really shouldn't matter. So there you go, cute as can be, just a simple little loopy bow. So y'all let me know if any of you try it out. Alright, have a good day. On to the next video.